of you own a cell phone? If you said yes, you are part of the 77% of all Americans that do. Also, 92% of America's teens and young adults have them. As this number increases, our knowledge of health conditions connected to these devices increase as well. Myself, being a teen and using a smartphone, am concerned about the effects of using this device and how it will affect my body, mind, and myself in the long run. Cell phones have been around for 3 decades, with them increasing in amount of technology every year. The real question is, though, as the technology becomes more elaborate, do the health risks increase? Research has found that the use of cell phones and electronic devices are destroying the human health by altering their bodies and minds. However, they are creating awareness that we must be mindful how we use our cell phones because they will and are affecting our health and future. One article from the New York Times called "Your iPhone is Ruining Your Posture and Your Mood" explains how phones are not only altering our minds, but they are changing our physical appearances. In the article, we read about Steve August, a physiotherapist from New Zealand. In the article, it says that August started treating patients more than 30 years ago. He saw plenty of dowager's humps where the upper back had frozen into a forward curve in grandmothers and great-grandmothers. Now he says he's seeing the same stoop in teenagers. Now, with these new discoveries, we are finding out that iPhones are actually hurting our physical bodies. Our heads weigh over 9 pounds, and when we bend our heads over to look at our phones, the stress on our neck increases to 60 pounds. That is the weight of about 5 gallons of paint. Experts suggest that when you are on your phone, keep your shoulders back and hold your phone at eye level. This eye hunch also has another problem. It is causing changes in mood and behavior. When you're sad, what is your body language? Usually hunched over with your shoulders down. When you're on your phone, this is the same body language shown. There was a study done by Health Psychology that showed that people who sat in a slouched posture had lower self-esteem and their mood was much more cowardly. The people who sat upright, however, had much better moods and seemed very confident. Another concern that researchers have is the effect that cell phones will have on people and their future. How cell phones will change and alter their minds and create unhealthy addictions. We, as a human race, are addicted to our cellular devices, and most of us can't go anywhere without them. We are constantly fearing the thought of missing a text or call and not being responsive. This fear is creating an addiction to our devices that are affecting the human minds and actions. CBS News published an article called "Phantom Vibration Syndrome, Common in Cell Phone Users." In this article, it says, because we're so in touch with our cell phones now, we're cyborgs, practically. They're parts of us. We are addicted and connected to our cell phones, and this addiction is unsafe. We are dependent on these devices, and this impacts us in our mental health because now we are unable to do simple tasks without these tiny devices being near us or in our hands and pockets. Randy Smith, a psychologist at Metropolitan State University of Denver, suggests that his students should avoid using devices for long periods of time. But as expected, his students cannot last too long without their electronic devices because of how dependent they are on them. These habits are causing us anxiety, stress, and other non-necessary feelings, which is affecting the brain's ability to fully function, all because we do not have our phones on us. While people are exposed to these problems, cell phones have really taken over. They are part of everyone's lives, and the best remedy to fix the obsession and crave of having a cell phone is to cut them out in small doses or in all. But no time soon will that be happening where we cut cell phones completely out of our lives. The best idea is to use your phone only when you need to. Don't bring it with you everywhere, and when you do use it, it is a good idea to mind yourself. Mind the amount of time you are on it for, and mind your body when you are on it. Keep in mind that you should hold it up to your eye level to prevent a hunch. Overall, use cell phones, but use them with moderation. And be careful and mindful how you use them. Use precaution when sitting with your phone and the amount of time you spend on it. Thanks for listening.